up your radio. Westwood One presents the Dr. Demento Show. 2 hours of mad music and crazy comedy from out of the archives and off the wall. Rare records and outrageous tapes from yesterday, today, and tomorrow. This week we're going fishing. That is our special topic. Fishy favorites from Taj Mahal, Fats Waller, Louis Armstrong, and of course Barnes and Barnes. That will be a delightfully relaxed portion of the show. But we've also got lots of manic madness, including Nervous Norvis, Stan Freberg, Ray Stevens with a new one, a salute to the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I've even got a new rap number that I'll do myself all about astrology. So hold on tight, you and I and your radio are going for a wild ride after these brief announcements.
Every day, brush, brush, brush. And no candy, and no soda, and no nothing. And after telling us all that, you're the one who gets the cavity, Mom.
Kids aren't the only ones who get cavities. 90% of all grown-ups get them too. 90%. That's why grown-ups should use Listermint, the only major mouthwash with fluoride. Fluoride that can penetrate your teeth and help protect them. And Listermint gives you nice, fresh breath.
So, Mom, does this mean you can't watch TV for a week?
Listermint, because cavities aren't just for kids.
CERTS knows that everyone has their own way of expressing themselves. Here's Joe Politico.
I do not flip-flop on the issues. I take a firm position. Now, regarding construction of the new highway, I stand unequivocally in the middle of the road.
Whatever your style of self-expression, CERTS will help you get your point across. Because however you say it, fresh breath makes a statement, and CERTS is the taste everyone can agree on.
Fresh breath speaks for itself.
Hi, we're the Bobs, and here's Dr. Demento.
Yeah.
Some people might think that the idea of hostility in comedy was invented by screamers like Sam Kinison, but no, we've got a great bit of hostility recorded some 21 years ago coming up in just a few minutes. Well, actually, there's quite a bit of hostility in this first song because it is about an axe murderer.
Elizabeth Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. And when the job was nicely done, she gave her father 41. Yesterday in Old Fall River, Mr. Andrew Borden died, and he got his daughter Lizzie on a charge of homicide. Some folks say she didn't do it, and others say of course she did. But they all agree Miss Lizzie B was a problem kind of kid. 'Cause you can't chop your papa up in Massachusetts, not even if it's planned as a surprise. A surprise! So you can't chop your papa up in Massachusetts. You know how neighbors love to criticize. Got him on the sofa where he'd gone to take a snooze, and I hope he went to heaven 'cause he wasn't wearing shoes. Lizzie kinda rearranged him with a hatchet, so they say. Then she got her mother in that same old-fashioned way. But you can't chop your mama up in Massachusetts, not even if you're tired of her cuisine. Her cuisine, no, you can't chop your mama up in Massachusetts. They know it's almost sure to cause a scene. Well, they really kept her hopping on that busy afternoon, with both down and upstairs chopping while she hummed a ragtime tune. They really made her hustle, and when all was said and done, she'd removed her mother's bustle when she wasn't wearing one. Oh, you can't chop your mama up in Massachusetts and then blame all the damage on the mice. No, you can't chop your mama up in Massachusetts. That kind of thing just isn't very nice.
Now, it wasn't done for pleasure, and it wasn't done for spite, and it wasn't done because the lady wasn't very bright. She'd always done the slightest thing that Mom and Papa bid. They said,
Lizzie, cut it out.
So that's exactly what she did.
And then get dressed and go out for a walk. No, you can't chop your papa up in Massachusetts. Massachusetts is a far cry from New York. No, you can't chop your papa up in Massachusetts.
Shut the door and lock and latch it. Here comes Lizzie with a brand new hatchet.
You can't chop your papa up in Massachusetts.
Such a snob, I've heard it said. She met her pa and cut him dead.
You can't chop your papa up in Massachusetts.
Jump like a fish, jump like a porpoise, all join hands and habeas corpus.
You can't chop your papa up in Massachusetts. Massachusetts is a far cry from New York.
Life is full of people who cause trouble everywhere. People who can lead a normal person to despair. It's so easy to contract the blues when you can't express it when you feel abused. So I have concocted a new song to sing to those who just won't play along. Put your finger in a socket, la 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 la. Crash a plane into the sea, la 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 la. Tie your gonads to a rocket, la 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 la. Won't you do that just for me? Pack explosives up your wazoo, la 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 la. Where they cannot see the sun, la 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 la. Add a tuba and a kazoo, la 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 la. And we'll light them just for fun. Oh, you can't imagine the rage I feel inside. If you follow my instructions, I'm sure it will subside. Drink a quart of liquid Drano.
Drink a quart of liquid Drano.
Eat a pound of solid waste.
Eat a pound of solid waste.
Take 100 tabs of acid.
Take 100 tabs of acid.
That will show me you have taste. Beat your face until it's tender. Drive your portion to a tree. Stick your Johnson in a blender. Won't you do that just for? Kindly do that just for. Won't you do that just for me?
The hostility rag.
I'm discontented. My wife is demented. 3 fenders she dented today. I'm disenchanted. Got mugged by a bandit to whom I just handed my pay. But I won't harbor frustration. My medication just can't go wrong. Freud wasn't dull, sir. He said use your skull, sir, and you'll cure your ulcer in song. First you go and roll a drunk, then you trip a Trappist monk, throw some worms in Grandma's sleeping bag,
and you'll be doing the hostility rag.
Next you kick a pussy cat, paint a horse with chicken fat, drill some holes in Sister's brand new jazz,
and you'll be doing the hostility rag. Throw rotten eggs at ladies' legs, you'll work off your aggression.
Teach dirty words to minor birds, drop engine sludge in mama's fudge, stick juicy fruit on daddy's suit, pour minestrone on victimone.
You'll need no sight after insertions.
Stuff the plumbing at the Y, sit on Grandma's raisin pie, set her aunt on fire for a dad.
To the best of your ability, fight for lightness and civility. All those inhibitions are a drag. Just keep on doing
the hostility rag.
The Hostility Rag, Jack E. Leonard on a 1967 album called Scream on Someone You Love Today. The Hostility song before that was an unreleased tape, just came in the mail by the Raytown Kiwanis Orchestra. And the Chad Mitchell Trio opened the festivities with Lizzie Borden, celebrating the most famous murder case of 1892. I hear the ring of the Dr. Demento request line. Hi there.
Hi, Doctor. This is Alex Casper calling you from Tinson Falls, New Jersey, where I listen to you on WHTG. The song I'd like to hear, I'm not sure I've ever heard on your show before, but I'll sing it to you. It goes like this. In the springtime, in the springtime, in the springtime so sweet, I met a young lady who looked like a decent young lady, lying in the grass. She gently rolled over to show me her peanuts and popcorn, and also a duck. She told me she'd show me a new way to bring up my children and teach them to knit. The boys in the barnyard were shoveling feed for the horses, the cows, and the sheep in the springtime, in the springtime, in the springtime so sweet.
Yeah, you do get a t-shirt for that one. Actually, I don't know if that song has ever actually been recorded. A true bit of folklore on the Dr. Demento Show. If you know a silly song like that or just want to request one, our number is 1-213-652-8028. I'll give the number again after this next song. Several people wrote and called to say I left a good one out of our beer segment a few weeks ago, so here's Dick Feller.
Now, I was just a boy at the time when this drinking Uncle Hiram of mine decided he'd make up a batch of homemade beer. Don't tell a soul, he said to me, but I've come across this recipe that says for pennies a day I can drink all year. So I searched the alleys behind the bars for empty jugs and mason jars, and we sneaked them down to his basement brewery. He measured out yeast and sugar and hops, and he said to me as we sealed the tops, for goodness sakes, don't tell your Aunt Marie. 'Cause she'd say, hey there, Hiram, what's going on down there? There's some peculiar odor coming up the basement stairs. Go back to your sewing, hon, I'm varnishing a chair. The time my Uncle Hiram made his famous homemade beer. Well, we let it set for a month or so, then me and Uncle sneaked down below, figuring it was time to give it a try. I was standing there at the foot of the stairs, and Uncle Hiram was checking the wares, when all of a sudden 2 bottles just blew sky high. The jars went crash and the lids went clunk, and Hiram dived behind a trunk as the beer began to spew out on the floor. Uncle yelled, don't mind me, save yourself. So fast as I could, I ran up the steps, and out of breath, I quickly slammed the door. Aunt Marie came crying, what is it, dear? I said, it's Uncle's homemade beer. It's blowing up and got Uncle trapped down there. She said, beer, beer, well, I'll declare, Hiram, you come up out of there. But the sound of exploding beer was all we could hear. Hey there, Hiram, what's going on down there? There's some peculiar odor coming up the basement stairs. Go back to your sewing, hon, I'm varnishing a chair. The time my Uncle Hiram made his famous homemade beer. Well, it sounded like a war for a day and a night. The bottles just blew up left and right, till finally we just heard one here and there. So Aunt Marie took a comforter, and holding it up in the front of her with me behind, we started off down the stairs. Well, the place was a mess, to say the least. The walls were sticky and smelled like yeast. The glass and the lids and the beer lay all around. It had been quite a battle, there was no doubt, but when we began to look about, Uncle Hiram was nowhere to be found. And he cried out, Hiram, oh poor dear, he's been killed by a jar of beer. I warned him a drink, but he never listens to me. Then up came the lid on the antique trunk, and there, soaked in beer, blind, running drunk, was a late lamented love of Aunt Marie's. He said, rather than see it all go to waste, I decided I might as well have a little taste. Reckon I've tasted about 43 jars of beer. Y'all can just go on, 'cause I'm staying right here. Hey there, Hiram, what's going on down there? There's some peculiar odor coming up the basement stairs. Go back to your sewing, hon, I'm varnishing a chair. The time my Uncle Hiram made his famous homemade beer.
Uncle Hiram and his homemade beer. Dick Feller on the Dr. Demento Show, and the number of our request line once again, 1-213-652-8028. Call now while the rates are low, and if your call is played back on the radio, you win a delightful Dr. Demento t-shirt, just what you need for demented beach going. Please dial carefully, 1-213-652-8028. Be right back with a new version of an Elvis Presley favorite that just might bring the king back for good. Plus, a salute to Roger Rabbit.
Certs knows that everyone has their own way of expressing themselves. Here's Phyllis L. Critique.
The new film certainly has Kafkaesque overtones. The director's interpretation is transcendental to the point of redundancy, but the use of the pig was really cute.
Whatever your style of self-expression, Certs will help you get your point across. Because however you say it, fresh breath makes a statement, and Certs is the taste everyone can agree on.
Fresh breath speaks for itself.
Don't worry, there's nothing to be afraid of. I had a cavity once and it didn't hurt a bit. The dentist is real nice, and remember, I'll be waiting right out here, Dad.
Kids aren't the only ones who get cavities. 90% of all grown-ups get them too. 90%. That's why grown-ups should use Listermint, the only major mouthwash with fluoride. Fluoride that can penetrate your teeth and help protect them. And Listermint gives you nice, fresh breath.
Well, Doctor, did Dad behave himself?
Listermint, because cavities aren't just for kids.
Since my baby left me and found a new place to dwell, down at the end of a lonely street at Heart Break Hotel. I've been so lonely, baby.
She gets so nuts brown lonely.
I've been so lonely, baby.
Her ruddy red cheeks were lonely.
I've been so lonely, baby.
Her raven-haired thighs were lonely.
I've been so lonesome I could die.
Thank you.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry you make it double. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed. Don't worry, be happy. The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate. Don't worry, be happy. Look at me, I'm happy. Don't worry, be happy. I give you my phone number. When you worry, call me. I make you happy. Don't worry, be happy. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no gal to make you smile. But don't worry, be happy. Cause when you worry your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. So don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Now there is this song I wrote. I hope you learned it note for note like good little children. Don't worry. Be happy. Listen to what I say. In your life, expect some trouble. But when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy. Be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy.
That is an infectious little tune. Bobby McFerrin with Don't Worry, Be Happy from his latest album, Simple Pleasures. And that revision of Heartbreak Hotel before that was done by a group from Martinez, California called Celtic Elvis from their tape called High on Stress. Our friend Whimsical Will has come up with a salute to one of this summer's most popular and entertaining motion pictures.
This is Whimsical Will in Toontown with America's animated hero, Roger Rabbit. Hey, Roger, what are you looking for? Your movie's a blockbuster hit. I got a new sensation. How are you handling this newfound success?
It ain't no big thing.
How many times have you seen the film?
5, 6, 7 times.
I heard the animators used a special ink on you. Electric blue. How about all this merchandising, huh?
You wanna buy a bunny?
Aw, Toontown is great. Tell our listeners exactly where it's located. Deep in the woods, down a road, down a road. Well, that's a pretty nifty car you got there, Roger.
You wanna ride my Mercedes, boy?
What kind of engine you got in that thing?
Supersonic.
I'll bet it never needs a tune-up. You tunes amaze me. Nothing seems to hurt you.
The pavement cracks when I fall down.
Yeah, but you get up and walk away. What's your secret to falling and not getting hurt? Let's talk about your wife, Jessica.
She's an airhead.
But you gotta admit, she's, well, they're very healthy.
You should have seen this girl's bodily dimensions. I honk my horn just to get her attention.
But she was caught playing patty cake with another man, and you still love her? Hey, Roger, you're wanted for murder. Did you do it?
No!
Roger, look out! It's the evil Judge Doom. What should we do?
Let's do the twist.
Roger, did I hear you're getting out of the tune business?
I've had enough of danger.
Well, who'll take over for you?
You're just another part of me.
Me? No, Roger, I couldn't. No, Roger, no! I don't have the ears for it. No, Roger! That's all, folks.
Whimsical Will and Hey Roger on the Dr. Demento Show. There were some great old songs in that movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I thought you might like to hear how one of those songs sounded when it first came out in 1931. The song is Smile, Darn Ya, Smile. This is a Columbia label 78 by Ben Selvin, a top band leader in those days. Among other things, it has a nice hot clarinet solo by a young man who later became a big band leader, Benny Goodman. Smile, darn ya!
whole world is a great world after all. Smile, darn you, smile, and right away watch Lady Luck pay you a call. Things are never black as they are painted. Times that you enjoy should get acquainted. Make life worthwhile. Come on and smile, darn you, smile. Smile, darn you, smile. Smile, darn you, smile.
Smile, darn ya, smile, a 1931 recording by Ben Selvin and his band with the Sunshine Boys on vocal. I'm Dr. Demento, and we'll be right back with Nervous Norvus and also Julie Brown's new single, the song she says she wrote just for this program. You're tuned to the Westwood One Radio Network.
Every day, brush, brush, brush. And no candy, and no soda, and no nothing. And after telling us all that, you're the one who gets the cavity, Mom.
Kids aren't the only ones who get cavities. 90% of all grown-ups get them too. 90%. That's why grown-ups should use Listermint, the only major mouthwash with fluoride. Fluoride that can penetrate your teeth and help protect them. And Listermint gives you nice, fresh breath.
So, Mom, does this mean you can't watch TV for a week?
Listermint, because cavities aren't just for kids.
CERTS knows that everyone has their own way of expressing themselves. Here's Sergeant Nails Nelson of Brooklyn Military Academy.
I am a fine craftsman. I will turn you Grammy lumps of clay into outstanding young men because I am an artiste.
Whatever your style of self-expression, CERTS will help you get your point across. Because however you say it, fresh breath makes a statement, and CERTS is the taste everyone can agree on.
Fresh breath speaks for itself.